Well, I'd like to start off by saying I am not as natural as Speaker Gingrich or Lieutenant Governor-elect Sears, so I'm going to read off of this, but I do want to say thank you first and foremost for having me here today. Thanks to the ALECtv team, to Lisa, to Bill, to Courtney for helping us set this up. It is truly an honor to follow the Speaker and follow my fellow Virginian and Marine, Lieutenant Governor-elect Winston Sears. Like the Lieutenant Governor herself, my family migrated to the United States when I was a young child. I grew up in El Paso, Texas, and I eventually enlisted in the military, joining the Navy as a hospital corpsman, a medic that supports the Marine Corps. And then I served along Marines here out of California in Camp Pendleton for almost 5 years, deploying once to Afghanistan, and twice to Iraq. On July 28th of 2004, I was hit by a rocket, took my left arm off, and other injuries. And quite frankly, it was a start on my path through a journey of growth and recovery, as well to eventually leading me back to the Wounded Warrior Project to become the Vice President for Government and Community Relations. And it's in that capacity where I have the privilege, quite frankly, and the honor to speak today to talk about the breadth and depth of the services that Wounded Warrior Project provides to our wounded servicemen and women. I believe that many look at Wounded Warrior Project and frankly don't know what it is we do. Many donors, warriors, members of the general public, legislators don't realize that the organization, quite frankly, has a huge impact across the country for those who have served. I'm excited to spend some time today with you to share a little bit about our organization and how we can work together to bring more awareness to the needs of wounded service members, connecting warriors to resources that they need, championing policies that positively impact those who serve and their family members. Wounded Warrior Project started in 2003. It was a group of veterans who saw what was happening on TV and they wanted to take action, and they started by bringing backpacks full of comfort items to our bedsides. I was one of those who received one of those backpacks. It used to be, I don't want to date myself, but it used to be a t-shirt, socks. Some of us didn't need 2 socks, but t-shirts, socks, CD players, which we probably don't use anymore, and calling cards, right? And we still do that today. Along with those backpacks, they delivered a promise, and the promise was to be here for the warriors and their families no matter what. And it's that promise that grew into our sacred mission, which is to honor and empower wounded warriors. Today, we provide direct services to over 200,000 registered warriors and their family members. And through our partnerships and advocacy efforts, we improve the lives of millions of veterans across the country. We have an incredible mission that requires a full network of support to achieve. It is the responsibility that we carry with pride, gratitude, and determination, because we know that the needs of those we serve are great, and they continue to grow. We register about 44 warriors a day, every single day. Our team works diligently each and every day to address and to innovate around those changing needs so that we can provide the highest quality of service and programming to support those who serve. We focus on the post-9/11 wounded warriors as well as their families and caregivers who are integral parts to their recovery at home. From our inception, we have gotten to know this generation of veterans and their unique challenges that change with time. We develop programs and resources around these needs. Programs like Project Odyssey, which is a multi-mental health day retreat that helps warriors connect with each other and give them the tools to overcome their invisible wounds. Our Soldier Ride, which is a cycling event, is designed to help alumni cycle or connect using cycling with other warriors and their communities. But most importantly is to help them overcome their physical injuries, their mental and emotional wounds. We're also focused on financial wellness and the financial wellness of their families. And quite frankly, we help the most severely injured, and we do that through programs like our Independence Program. Now, the last 18 months have been difficult. Difficult not only for the country, but for veterans. We've experienced the challenges of the pandemic, who have, quite frankly, exacerbated some of the struggles and challenges, creating social isolation, increasing the risk for mental health distress, financial instability, and isolation. And then Afghanistan withdrawal was a gut punch to a lot of us veterans. As an organization, we never stopped being there for warriors and family members. We quickly pivoted our business model of in-person services across the country to virtual. We conducted outreach calls to all the warriors who are at high risk of mental health, as well as to those who deployed downrange, to ensure that they knew that we were here for them. As leaders in the community and legislators, we encourage you to push policies that can complement the care and benefits provided by the federal government through the Department of Veteran Affairs. You know better than anybody else that it truly is the state legislator who changes and innovates in policy. And I want to focus on 3 particular policies that I want you to think about as you go back home. The first is interstate practice of psychology. While VA has a very progressive interstate medical practice law, VA is not designed or budgeted to support every single veteran. They're budgeted to support about 7.1 million veterans of the 19.2 million veterans, which tells you that the majority of veterans aren't inside the VA system. 11 out of the 17 veterans who commit suicide were never in the VA system or weren't utilizing the VA system within the last 2 years. They're in your communities, and as legislators, we look at a model or a program called the Psychology Interjurisdictional Compact, or the Psych Pact, which allows for interstate compact designs to facilitate interstate practices by psychologists, and which can increase access to mental health care for veterans across the country. Veteran treatment courts are an innovative solution designed to provide support, resources, and treatment for veterans involved with in the criminal justice system. These courts are modeled after mental health drug courts, which were established to emphasize treatment rather than incarcerate. And we ask that legislators look at passing legislation to encourage broader adaptation. They're county-driven courts for the most part, not state-driven. And then lastly is occupational licensing to help after separation. And I had the pleasure of speaking with one of my table mates about the need for hiring veterans. And I have one of our teammates here whose sole focus is to hire veterans. And one of the challenges is certification and licensing across state lines. Veterans go home and their experiences in military service doesn't allow them to actually join the workforce because their licenses aren't recognized. These are just a few of the policies. Know that Wounded Warrior Project's always at your side, or always here and stands ready to help out with other initiatives in your state. And I just want to close by saying that my biggest fear is that there's a veteran out there who doesn't know how to connect with the resources or doesn't have the courage to connect to resources. Everyone here knows a veteran or knows somebody who knows a veteran. So I ask you to get involved. Take the time, visit Wounded Warrior Project's homepage, scan the cue card that you have in front of you, talk to a veteran, whether it's financial support, volunteerism, advocacy for your particular purpose, just get involved. And the last thing I want to say is, if you remember anything that I've said today, is this: Wounded Warrior Project is in your communities and stands ready to help any single veteran that needs help. If you run across a veteran who needs help, call us. Coleman will kill me. He's one of my new directors. Call Coleman directly, and we will connect that veteran to services. We will connect them to services in your community and help out. So with that, I do want to say thank you again for giving us the opportunity to talk today and for, frankly, hosting us. Thank you very much.